Charlemagne would never watch this show.
I mean, if you want to make money in the wrestling space, you know what I mean? I don't know. You got a podcast company. Come sign us, nigga.
I'm gonna say he does have a network, right? But I don't think his network has pro wrestling on it.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, eventually you're gonna go on and get some. You know what I mean? Charlemagne, what's the other nigga? Joseph Budden. He looked like he got a podcast network about to run.
Does he still?
Yeah, what's little Dave Mays? You got your little podcast network. Come on, bring your podcast network and get some money.
Dave Mays has a podcast network?
Yeah, Dave Mays. You know what I mean? Him and Rick Ross the real Rick Ross just started a podcast talking about Snowfall. And,
that's with Dave Mays. I know the podcast. I didn't realize that was with him.
Yeah, they got a little. Yeah, come on, holler at him.
Yeah, holler at us.
Hey, go on those couple of hours. Stop acting like that.
It really. You could get me a couple of decent sponsorships. Shouts to everybody in the chat, and I'd be good. A couple of dollars would be great though. Some snaps on the Petro.
Yeah, whole time.
Shouts to Mr. Peeps. Ken Lewis. Ken Lewis was just. I happened to see that. Salute to Black Announce Table. I think they just finished. They premiered.
Yeah.
They premiered a day early, and I saw Ken Lewis was over there. So shouts to you for then hopping over. I guess Thursday Night Live. MC. I don't know what it is. Mm-hmm. Who else here? Who is Piece of Dempsey? Piece of Tonio? Is the Wiz?
Yep.
Jones, Antoine. Yeah, salute to the people in the chat.
Niggas can't see my eyes in this. They don't trust a nigga you can't see their eyes.
That's why I need someone like that around me though. But for me, you know what I'm saying? Like I could trust him. You can't see his eyes around anybody else. That's the Uda. That's what they call him. The Uda.
Shout out to the doc.
Piece of the doc.
Yep.
A doctor or what? I don't know anybody. A doc. What is?
I don't know. That's Dr. Merritt right there, man.
Yeah,
shout out to Dr. Merritt.
You can't fake a doctor.
What do you mean spark the rivalry with E?
He's a doctor.
Ken Kenneth from Connecticut. You've been beefing with E for quite some time.
Yeah, because he's always pro women champs. That's what it is.
They be calling you on the John Kennard. They named you at. See, what they don't know is when they be calling you Kennard. Kennard is a nigga that killed Omar.
That's the nigga that killed. Look.
You know what I mean?
Kennard.
That nigga was petting a dead cat when he walked by.
How did you feel when that happened? Spoiler alert for anybody that's not watched The Wire. When you saw that it was a little kid, I mean, I'm assuming that. I mean, because that's life.
I'm gonna quote a little program, Doctor of Science and Education. Science and Education. That's right,
oh, wow.
Doc. Yeah, that's got to hold us down. We need more black doctors of science education. You know what I mean? That's a doctorate right there.
That's actually amazing. That's actually amazing.
But yeah, you know what I mean? You sit there and watch it, and to quote the great, amazing Oscar-winning film Kickball, Cotton, I felt shocked. Fun fact: Kennard was based on Cuz.
I was gonna say that may be his shirt.
Yeah, that's the shirt Cuz got on right now.
And Lewis was good. I changed it. I got it on
underneath.
Yep. See, I figured that. The same size shirt.
I wasn't surprised
when he popped when he.
Nah, because I knew it. I'm like, yo. I said it just don't look right with him in that scene.
Yeah, because he was petting a dead cat.
You know what's funny?
He was out. He was gone at that point. His mind was gone.
I think I'd heard of The Wire, but didn't. Again, I never watched it when it was occurring. But there was a summer where I watched a TV special on CBS that was TV's most shocking moments, and that was on there.
This?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And then I would go on to read Bill Simmons, and he had a whole NFL preview that had wire quotes attached to each team or something like that. Which is how I know look the part, act the part, motherfucker. When it comes to why are you looking like Pat Riley?
It don't fit. none of that shit fit. It just didn't.
Little man being in the scene and all that.
That box.
Well, it like reality really don't fit because it was they had a hit out on
The whole season.
It's a hit out on Omar. Like this, just when you even look at it in reality, like it's niggas outside killing people,
right?
For like it's you understand what I'm
like
saying?
It's nothing.
He ain't get paid for that.
No. Well, that's why I say he was too far at that point in his life. He was already gone. He was gone before that. He was Punk. What's the kid with the ponytail? The kid that had the hair that looked like what I imagine Fam had before he had it braided.
Neymar,
little man, son, Weebay son. He would punk Weebay son all the time.
Yeah, because Weebay son wasn't meant for that.
He wasn't meant. This kid was already in there.
He was gone because if you remember the very first episode, what's good, Leon? The very first episode, when at the beginning there was a body. What's good?
Yeah.
At the very first episode, there was a body.
It's
and
not
the kid
Boogie.
that was out. The kid that was outside was who? The nigga holding the gun in that black t-shirt that you just showed the picture of. He was outside.
Was he?
And Bunk asked him, or Bunk was talking like, yo, it's kids out here.
And it's this nigga.
And he was outside. Go back and watch it. And then you
again.
I mean, that's why they say go
yes,
back.
Okay. I will go back and rewatch The Wire. I got you.
Go back and watch that shit.
I love that show.
Hold on, let me go get my Felicia.
Still not my number one, but that's an amazing show.
It's like 1B.
I've still never seen it, so.
But you ain't seen The Sopranos either.
Yeah.
There's no way you can tell us what good TV is.
I was catching up on
yeah.
I watched Euphoria's 2 episodes yesterday, and then I finished Succession season 3 today. I'm watching that Derek Jeter doc. I started the first episode of that.
He said, I see Sopranos, but I did just finish Euphoria.
I finished Euphoria.
Yeah. Like, stop eating that microwave food, man. You got to start with a good base.
Were you drying your panties at the time?
You don't like Euphoria, man?
I've never seen it.
I watched Euphoria, but
I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
I'm not.
Just like if you like Matt Wrestling, you should probably watch some Dean Malenko. If you haven't seen Dean Malenko, if you're a fan of television, you should be watching this. I mean, there was.
This man said 3 weeks ago he didn't like flippy wrestling. They announced Carmelo Hayes, Ricochet. He's like, wait a minute.
That's not. No. Take a step back. So the problem with.
I've seen the same shit. It's
the problem
I've seen this because everyone else has the same match.
Carmelo
ain't a flippy nigga.
That's the whole
one.
Not.
Drip. Dare I say you probably haven't seen great television.
Carmelo.
And I don't know what you've watched, but dare I say you have not seen great television if you haven't seen The Sopranos, or because the blueprint for what the shit you calling great. You ain't even experienced it yet.
Hold on, Cal. Let me get this nigga. Carmelo's not a flippy nigga. That's one.
He can be.
Two. No, that's not what I said.
That's not
what I said.
He bounces off. Yeah, he doesn't.
So when I specifically said, okay, I'm excited for Omega Ospreay, I don't want to see the rest of it.
Yeah, but no, neither did anyone else.
So when I think of Omega Ospreay, I also put Ricochet in that category of the guys. They're not like, he's not a copy of something. He's Ricochet.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So when we talking flippy wrestling, I don't want to see Ricochet Jr.
Right.
Or I don't want to see Little Ospreay.
Right.
Or I don't want to see Omega, or I don't want to see Alpha.
Kenny Alpha, yeah. You don't want to see
Alpha.
Kenny Alpha.
That's the difference of flippy wrestling and, you understand what I'm saying, and wrestling.
So, cuz, don't you usually say most of these niggas got sons though, or most of these niggas are sons?
They are, but I don't. The thing is, I don't know where it changed, because I don't know where it changed from lucha, because lucha libre doesn't necessarily mean, or luchador, from my understanding, wasn't just flying all around.
It isn't.
But
Proper lucha isn't, no.
But a luchador ain't a luchador without the flippy part of it, I feel like.
Correct.
Right.
I don't know
But
where
it's commonplace there is the thing.
So I don't know where it went, who's responsible for it going from lucha libre to
Flippy nigga?
escapades.
Oh. Well, who?
I don't know who's responsible for that.
I guess the question is,
GCW and the internet.
I guess it's the real question is, who would you consider the fathers of the style now? Is there a Mount? I don't want to say Mount Rushmore. That's what I'm saying.
You gotta ask Drip.
I don't want to say a Mount Rushmore, but are there like 3 or 4 pillars who you would consider to be the foundation?
Goes like Rey Mysterio, AJ Styles.
Hold on, Drip, and I don't mean to cut you off, but because I'm asking you a question. Where does Shawn Michaels come into that?
This is our age-old debate about the Shawn Michaels that used the teardrop suplex was more of a heavyweight versus Shawn Michaels.
No, he was still a heavyweight. He was always heavyweight.
Yeah, but once he kind of like became post-ladder matches when he becomes, I'm the guy who's gonna do all the, at that time, high-flying stuff. A lot of like, he's running the rope super fast. He's doing the dives outside.
Well, that's because he started watching ECW.
Yeah. And that's the thing. And you were right to say what you said about Carmelo, because it's true. Like, I was watching some of the early stuff of him in NXT, and you watch him as Christian Casanova, but like he does springboards off the top rope. He's not doing shooting star presses.
That's not his style.
He's just a different. He's the old school type of like high flyer, like Brian Pillman doing the top rope clothesline. He's exactly.
X-Pac,
Yes.
X-Pac.
So where you're the only person that's gonna know this, Drip.
Nah.
That's here. No, that's gonna know who is responsible for it, because it's not. I mean, it might be AJ Styles.
It's definitely AJ Styles, because that's who influenced Will Ospreay, and then like I said, and then Rey Mysterio, by being a smaller guy. All the guys, the Garganos. Rey Mysterio?
Oh no, I thought you meant AJ Styles.
No. Well, AJ Styles by
you're saying being a smaller guy who's flying around.
Yeah. But when you hear like Jeff, like there are all the stories that guys like Jeff Hardy and so on, like that came after Rey Mysterio looked up to him, because the guys that knew they weren't going to look like Hulk Hogan or the Ultimate Warrior looked up to someone like Rey Mysterio, who had to do all the crazy high flying stuff. Again, the Shawn Michaels, like
I'm going to say, like
the 7-footers.
You wouldn't say that, like would it be fair to say that piece of Big Mike? Would it be fair to say that Shawn Michaels was the grandfather? Because I think there's an era between Shawn Michaels, especially the Shawn Michaels that
probably
I think
in a context of like mainstream America. Like,
no, I'm speaking about styles. I mean, I don't think the people that we say are influenced by Shawn Michaels are looking at that later era. They're looking at the Heartbreak Kid and all that stuff. So that's early 90s, and then there's an era, and then there's an
across the ocean is Jushin Liger in Japan.
Are they citing him like that though?
But
in a way, yeah.
This is why
he's doing shooting star presses and running power bombs. He's doing heavyweight stuff as a small guy to other small guys.
This is why
I
wouldn't say Shawn Michaels is the grandfather, because it's like Shawn Michaels took a lot of what, let's say, Muda was doing the backflips and shit.
Yeah. Right.
Liger was doing the backflips. Flying Bryan was doing like the springboard drop kicks and shit.
But are they? I don't hear them talk. Like I see them have Muda out there.
Like he's another one. Like he's kind of forgotten one as well.
And X-Pac.
Yeah. I don't know if I hear them referencing this. Is that I'm trying to understand. Are we, Matt? Are you talking about the real lineage or what the flippy niggas would be, because I think those I think they might be referencing a couple different things. I don't think they're talking Jushin Liger
That's
like
not
that.
what we saying.
Nah,
Not
Sean. I think Sean fandom is an ingredient for the majority of flippy niggas.
Them super kicks, that's I mean, where was
Well,
it?
it's again, I'm gonna do the moonsault to the outside. I'm gonna diving elbow drop. As far as that person is, I'm still gonna try and make it
The
from there.
posing. I mean, the Young Bucks are the Rockers,
Yeah,
and
Bucks,
with the Heartbreak Kid
and,
mixed
like,
in.
This is all. That's why I said when.
But with no Shawn Michaels.
But with no Shawn Michaels, they're both
with no Shawn Michaels. They're both Shawn and Michael.
They are, like Big Mike said,
Sean
more Rock
Buck
and Roll Express.
And Mike.
They are, but I think they did. What I'm saying is they get
the
that
Rock
because
and Roll Express.
the Rock and Roll Express are also like eternal baby faces. Like they're the Bucks heel streak feels like the Heartbreak Kid in every sense of the word. If they were more looking like Shawn Michaels, they probably would be walking to the ring a little more, pulling the ass out or whatever. Like I think they would go even deeper if they could. But it's not me. I always question because I feel like a lot of them reference Shawn Michaels and the Bret Hart era and stuff like that. So it's interesting for me to figure out where.
Just because there's only so much access to, again, Liger in Japan, and even there was also great Sasuke and Shinjiro Otani. Again, the stuff that influenced cruiserweight, junior heavyweight style, which thing WCW was like, let's import these guys over. Guys from Mexico, like Ultimo Dragon, who's also by Japan, but like he was a bigger star in Mexico.
Yeah, but they were by. I mean, if you want to get real about that, they were by, just like WCW did a lot in that era. They were just biting ECW style.
Yeah, well, they had the bigger platform of like we're able to put this to like the people in your area where Maryland, Jersey, New York, that Philly that had ECW TV. Like
no Drip, they have the conglomerate now known as Warner Discovery was essentially funding WCW 20 plus years ago, so they also had hella deep pockets to grab everybody.
And you still see that again. We watched it last night. Sammy Guevara's again a real flippy guy, and then the Lucha Bros, like
he's a flippy.
That's come on,
just making sure.
And the Lucha Bros again, they're Lucha like.
No, Lucha Bros
on the ropes. No one.
They're amazing though. What's a bad Lucha Bros match?
That match with Jurassic Express ended weird with the.
I mean, what he was
arm thing and, the sudden title change. That whole. I mean, I'd have to run that match back. I mean, it wasn't like.
I think that you're talking about when man broke his arm.
Yeah.
That match was great until the man broke his arm. Everything was. I remember watching it, be like, "Ooh, that's," because I did not want to watch the rest of the match after that. I'm glad they.
Well, that's why when Jurassic Express won, it was like there was this theatrical because they just like, oh shit, he broke his arm, and then the whole thing was like, no, they were planning to win. It's just like what happened with Swerve and Our Glory a few months ago. Like they win in that triple threat match when we obviously thought we were going to get Young Bucks FTR 3 with all the gold, and it was like, no, that was the plan. Instead, when they thought Matt Jackson he had a stinger during that match. Yeah, I said when we reviewed the Dynamite after I just went, like, my dad was a big fan of Rush, and I haven't seen him, but he loves seeing
Rush is hard.
And I said that's the best match I've seen in person is that tornado tag match. They can see Phoenix and Pentagon do their thing in person. It lives up to the hype.
I asked because I was thinking about it earlier. I don't know if I've seen a bad Lucha Bros match. Not since I've been watching AEW. And then wait, where would they the ratings went out because they were doing like millions across the board every hour or whatever. And I believe I was seeing in the tweets that the Lucha Bros match was the highest rated of the night. Like, I don't know. Parker Lewis can't lose, and neither can the Lucha Bros. Even though they lost that night, and they were still talking shit. Anyway,
yo, where is now? Isn't one of LAX gone?
Santana's the one who got injured during Blood and Guts. Remember?
I thought somebody was gone.
Yeah, Santana.
Because of
his contract is like either up or
Stop
something. It's
it.
It's coming up.
No, I was in Kevin. We talked about this last night in terms of who still could have managed, and there was the whole thing how he might want to split from Ortiz and be a solo star because you could kind of tell he was bulking up. He had that match against Gresham at the second terminus, right, for the ROH title.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, he appeared at the end of the first terminus to set up the match for the next one. Yeah,
and it was kind of a weird thing at that time. We're like, why is he?
I was surprised. I was surprised it was him.
I think they have a personal issue.
Proud and powerful, you saying?
Yeah, I think they have an issue with
which what fam just like again they should have been the first time champs because there was no kind of team more put together right away besides Lucha Bros than them.
They did kind of handle them poorly, huh? In the long run, that feels like a missed opportunity.
And that's why they're trying to salvage Ortiz with Eddie Kingston. And they were already close friends to begin with, but that's why they'll most likely be a team going forward.
Yeah. I mean, Eddie Kingston, he's cool. I'm not like...
It's like Fam says, it's just the gear.
That shit is super trash.
Jesus Christ.
Basket, nigga, got that.
Yeah, I'm like
it hurt.
Did you guys watch something else? Because there was an interesting question that happened. He didn't see it.
That's because
this week I ain't see it.
You did, so you don't know what legendary Black Rassler D'Lo Brown's beer of choice is?
No,
it may surprise you.
I bet you that nigga tripping.
Yo, there's no way.
Now, mind you,
before the episode starts, so I'm talking to Lovely, and she like, yo, you know, D-Lo, you know, he's with Impact at the time of the interview of the recording. He was still with Impact, and they were like, well, you know, take it easy. I was like, well, nigga, I don't even cuss no way. She's like, but you say nigga. And I was like, yeah, I do say nigga. So, you know what I mean? My man came in, you know what I'm saying? And we get to talking about steaks and preparing them and pairing with the steaks. And Lovely asked, what libation are you ingesting? And first he set it off with, you know, some J-Mo, which put me on my tail my first night in Dominican.
I'm sorry?
It put me on my tail.
That Jameson's no joke. If
you let it. Put me on.
I thought you were talking about D-Lo. Like, wait a minute.
Whoa.
Like, D-Lo put you on your tail. Wait a minute.
All I mean is just somebody, even that, it just means somebody sat you down. But that Jameson put me on my tail the first night in Dominican because, you know, it ain't the ball I'm used to handling. You know what I'm saying? That was the heavy joint. You know what I'm saying? The medicine ball.
Facts.
That's the turn they throw out. You go like, oh,
right. First night, got me. You got me. You know what I'm saying? The rest of the time I was fine. But yeah, man say Jameson, and don't make fun of me, but like me some Steel Reserve. I say, and then I look at Lovely like, you told me not to say nigga. He said nigga, just not in the same exact words.
That's a fact.
This shit slow brewed for exceptionally smooth flavor. Where?
Oh,
again, what is it?
Where?
What's Steel Reserve?
You lie.
A drip.
Steel Reserve will take the paint off your car if you let it.
A drip for your next.
Is it that?
For your next white noise, it's a Steel Reserve sipping paint.
Nah, that's if I like
Steel Reserve.
You
can't sip Steel Reserve because you sip Steel Reserve and the whole episode gonna be like, yeah, yo, you know what I mean?
Is that
bad 2010s action movie? Okay.
Is it as bad when Gene was like, here, have the Remy, and then you were like, don't do that. And then I was like, no.
Yo, he said it.
I'm like, no, I'm here to have fun and I'm here to have a good time. And then the next one I was like,
nah, that shit is worse.
Who said what comedian was like it's always a black man in the background and know the laws. Like, don't do that. That's 5 to 10.
5 to 10. Nigga, that's 5 to 10. Who did
That's
say
how
that?
Drip had me sounding when that nigga tried to
That was a real
crown.
That wasn't
that,
Bam
that's
talking.
bad
That
idea.
was the kayfabe name talking. He was like,
Yeah, we was cracking jokes and stuff. I was like, I
Sir
seen Davis
Davis.
forward. I said, don't do that.
Sir Davis and the Cat Williams.
Jesus Christ.
because legit, I was like, it's that scene in Inception when like the
Yes.
Is
Yes,
it
it
worth?
was
Yeah.
turning.
Yes.
No,
Still
I'm saying that
returning
was me.
to
That was me after the Remy's. Like the
Yeah, I don't. You
roof,
drinking
the hallway
Remy is
started
crazy.
turning as I'm like with my key card. I'm like, okay,
You drinking Moscato is wild. You drinking Remy is crazy.
there's
You know
a
what I'm
reason
saying?
for that. In the first
You know
episode,
what I'm saying? Big Mike
first episode
said,
I did with y'all, I
Big
told you
Mike
that.
said-
And
they
Matt was right. He's like, it probably has to do with
No.
the woman.
I am a boy, Gene Cena.
Look at this shit right here. Just
On that note, we got to start the
Yes,
damn
if
show.
ever you take a sip of the Steel Reserve,
Greetings, wrestling fans, and welcome to another action-packed part of All-Star Wrestling Division.
Damn. Welcome back to the Black Rasslin Podcast. Clearly, God's still working on us. As always, it's your boy Cal, representing RockTheDub.com, the Black Rasslin Podcast, and everything else under the BRP umbrella, wing, whatever you want to say. No Mimi this week. Salutes to the Mimi. But as you can see,
nigga think she is Roman Reigns, huh?
she is
How
the
about
tribal
that?
queen of BRP.
you
I
muted.
thought that was you.
You muted.
No bullshit is what I was saying, Cal. No bullshit.
No Mimi this week, but clearly you can see the rest of the squad is on the line. Brother Fam, please say what's good to the people.
Ilfam 790, your social media, the Chiefs are on, and I got a Chiefs fan.
Damn, I ain't. What channel is it?
It's Amazon.
See ya.
Yep. Ilfam 790 on social media choice, aka Jumping Him Brunzel. That's all I got.
I like that. This nigga got the whole goblet in his face.
The marathon, it ain't about the lead.
Mm.
You gotta pace yourself. It ain't about the speed. Cal.
What's going on? What's going on?
Niggas bet against us. You tell them niggas double up.
Mm.
Deal a card, shuffle up. Too bad your niggas runners up. Cal!
Oh, if he talking to me, that's fucked up.
Niggas drunk the Kool-Aid.
That's true.
It's too late. Most of them wrestling niggas gonna want a cup. You see now the runners up. And we about to run it up. Cal!
Stupid.
Cal!
What's popping?
They think this shit a game.
Fact.
Prepare for Call of Duty. The ops saying my name. I'm hearing calls to duty. At Math Damon.
Jesus. I didn't know what he pouring in, but I respect it.
Damon. Damon.
Thank you. What's up, Drip?
I always hate, to be honest, we gotta switch up the order. I hate having to follow math. Like, it's impossible.
What I'm saying, Drip, what I'm saying is to switch up the order we got to go back in the DeLorean and make you be on the podcast before anybody else.
Yeah, that's just how.
We just went down the line.
I know.
That's
Ladies
just
first, after our intro, and then we go down the
But then fan would say, "Well, all right, Drip, go first." Then
You gotta you're
Thank
the
you.
cleanup. You're the cleanup guy.
Yeah, you either need a better nickname
I
or
think
a
I am
better
Kyle Korver,
freestyle.
just like I'm right.
Chip's just like, yeah, all right, got you.
You in the corner,
All right, got you.
wide open.
Davis, aka Drip, a certified sad boy.
Maybe you need
Form-
maybe you need the Vince McMahon, Travis. You know what I mean?
I can't write.
AKA Swish.
I want you to pretend like
There it is. There you go.
Swish.
Tell him. Say nigga. I'm sorry.
Stan, what's up, baby?
Staying like the head, he said.
Again, I am Davis, aka Drip, Jay Whiteboy at BRP, the stat guy for BRP, a former predictions champion,
Nope.
future two-time predictions champion, the host of White Noise, and
Wait,
We discussed our list in June.
I was gonna say we talked about Juneteenth is when the list dropped.
All right, let me run my list.
Top five. We don't give a
top-
fucks.
Top 5. We're gonna go with Dylan. Number 4, Dylan. Number 3, Dylan. Number 2, Dylan. And Dylan, nigga. You know what I mean?
Fuck list you talk about, nigga.
Yeah, I don't know.
All of them.
Like I said, the list been out.
because I spit hot fire.
The list been out.
I'm sorry, y'all can't see
Hey.
my, but it's
This Felicia's there. I got Felicia tonight.
Has Felicia ever? He never reviewed Felicia on Bodymore. You got to
I
get him
think
a
he
bottle.
waiting for me.
I'm about to say you
Yeah.
got to get a
Yeah.
bottle to him.
stop playing. God dang it.
Or
Uncle Lewis,
you
school's
gonna
out for
wait.
the summer here, they
Nah.
nigga.
You know what? Should I drink a Sea Reserve during the Reign of Watch Along?
Well, wait,
Yes.
someone said
Yes,
we
something
gonna
about a steel
Wait a minute.
reserve with the fruit in it or something. What they say?
Tastes good. Like
Here, wait. Here we go. The great 211 once, and then I stopped. But I didn't know that was a thing.
Them ain't the real ones though. That's like the flavored natural ices. Like you ain't a real redneck if you drink the flavored one. You just like half a redneck. You know what I mean? You can't just go there. Oh, I got the
You know
pink
you're
lemonade,
half a
natty
redneck.
ice. Like, nah, that's not
That's-
real. You don't smoke cowboy killers. You know what I'm
I
saying?
don't know what.
if you drink flavored Seal Reserve, you might be half a redneck.
Yeah, whole time. You know what I'm saying? You nigga want to get on here and no, you can't.
They take your MAGA hat. You can't even wear that if you drink flavored
Damn.
Seal Reserve.
I want some fire reds. Actually, I don't. Matt, if you see they dropped they're gonna be dropping 650s. They got general release 650s
I
coming.
did. It's a whole bunch of them. But I was like, whew. But
Yeah.
I saw the Diodor. There's some Diodoras. Oh,
Yo, did you see the navy and pink Sergio?
No.
Cuz did you see? It's so much fly Sergio.
The
that
tennis
came
racket
out.
joints?
It's so much fly Sergio that came out. I've been on Sergio for like the last year, right?
Word.
Remember we
I'm
was talking
like-
about it in the car.
Cuz this shit's so fucking hard. I'm telling you. But I'm like, yo, I don't know how the fit is.
I
Right.
don't want to wear no swishy pants, but
They
they
swishies.
Look hard.
Oh,
They
they're
is.
squishy.
Yeah, like
Your balls burning the fuck up.
Yeah.
nah. That breeze. That breeze.
Nah. I used to I had the
RP
I had
55s.
two Nike sweatsuits, right? And
But didn't
when I
those
was
used to be
in-
lined?
when I was in middle school, they wasn't lined.
Nah.
Nah, they would
Yeah, I had a pair.
But they
Yo,
was
my-
on the
I didn't
outside,
like
but they
this
had like
shit.
the fleece
yo,
line
my
on the
balls
inside.
bad to this day.
I think you could get them
To
like
this
I don't
day.
know if they all had them. I think you could get them like that though.
I had a pair of that you're talking about. Again, it's legit just like a parachute. Like there's no line. It's just
It's
your
no
leg is
lining.
moving
I
around
had-
freely in there. Like
I wore one pair like
I played
liquid-
basketball and then when I slid to like get a ball that was
Yuck.
loose and then like and the it ripped open from like sliding on the hardwood.
Liquid pennies is actually a very accurate description of Steel Reserve.
It is. Almost wild out just now. Yep.
No, you gotta relax.
This isn't the
That's for
Patreon.
after the show. That's for after the show.
Pure butthole.
What?
That nigga eating butthole. Sorry.
What was the Matt? What was the best pro wrestling thing you saw this week?
This week?
Yeah, this week. Chat, chime in too.
I want to say, was Solo Sikoa this week?
Yeah, it was.
Solo.
Yeah,
It was within the last week. Yeah.
That wasn't it.
Solo
The
Sikoa winning.
debut on SmackDown or him on NXT 2.0?
This wasn't it.
That on 2.0.
Oh, 2.0.
Yeah, that was this week.
This was not your favorite thing of the week, though.
No.
I was gonna say this is my worst of the week. I'm just
That's your worst. I'm gonna
only because it's
say-
the Carmelo Hayes thing, but I do like Solo Sikoa.
I'm gonna say I like that Danielson and Moxley. I like that happened. So that's going to happen.
I like it because I knew it was. I had once I saw the tournament, the way it was set
we
up.
talked about this, last week with how that's about how Tony Khan had been booking. It's because he was putting together like
He had a choice.
the safest option. Again, like John, and the report came out this week that Moxley's supposed to be on a 6-week vacation. We knew last week he was supposed to be missing some time, but it was 6 weeks.
He was going to be going for a bit. Yeah, he really wasn't supposed to be there. Now, next week Grand Slam. My dream is finally going to come to life.
So whoever wins is short, depending on where the match is. Does that determine the outcome?
That match is main eventing.
So depending on what time that match comes on, does that determine the outcome?
No.
Hey, can I get a Braun versus Braun match?
LeBron James?
Braun Breaker, Braun Strowman.
Breaker
that has to happen at some point. I don't know when, but it has to happen.
Versus Braun.
Braun Breaker's right around.
Well, you would, fan, weren't you speculate by the time he gets caught up, he'll be Rex Steiner by then?
Yes.
Yeah, that's why he got to go ahead down there for Melo take that belt up off of him.
I don't think Braun gonna be there that long.
Braun Strowman?
That's that's the you think he'll be gone again?
Yeah.
Why bring him back just to have him be gone again?
Because you know it's that all right, let's bring him back and all right, this didn't work because you might think that something's gonna work. It doesn't work. I don't think Braun Strowman works in
today's WWE
because you see that you got Gargano in here. Granted, Gargano is probably gonna be mid-card.
As far away from as possible, yeah. You
got Ciampa, that's gonna open up something. Then you have you got a whole list of cats. Melo will end up coming up, and then you got what's my man with the sweater vest on and shit. Them niggas will come up, and they don't really fit that monster among men. He doesn't fit in there anymore.
Right.
If what I'm saying makes sense.
No, you're right.
It doesn't fit.
This is what we talked about with Omos last year. And this is why them on the same show the same company defeats the purpose. But that's why I think Fan pointed out, like, he came back, wrecked the tag team. So it's like Braun Strowman's back to do the same shit.
What if they gave him a title?
Who?
Braun Strowman.
And then what happens when
he holds it until they ready to give it to Braun Breaker?
So what happens?
But the equivalent of him holding the title is like what AEW's low key doing with Wardlow right now, which is you got a guy who's not gonna be able to have matches.
What else is going?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And again, I like Wardlow, but like making him champ that soon was a mistake. They were riding high on that momentum of the Powerbomb Symphony and all that. It was a Tony Khan thing of like, well, the crowd likes this guy. Let's give him something.
Right.
And that something was a meaningless feud with Jay Lethal that played out way too fucking long.
Go
Braun Strowman, it would be the same thing if they were if like Braun Strowman takes the belt off Bobby
Well, let me
US
let me
champ,
ask you a question though. Let me ask you, and I want to be honest. I want you to be honest with me.
Let him run.
Over the last couple, since when was SummerSlam? Early August,
early
July.
July.
Late July.
So since like the build to SummerSlam to now, Bobby Lashley has been more over with the fans than ever. He's out there to, like he's
Yeah, bought some gold chains. Yeah, two of them.
he's shining right now. Gunther,
He said, "I just got hey guys."
Gunther's out there putting on brawls with a bunch of with Imperium and the Brutes or whatever. What I'm saying is, I think you could slot a Braun Strowman with either of those titles.
No, those guys can work. Is the thing like?
Yeah.
You don't
Braun
think
Strowman has his moments, but let's not like.
No, he doesn't.
And that's what made the Roman Reigns thing when he came back so accurate. It was like, I make you like you're a monster because
I think
I make you a monster. Like that's why Braun Strowman stood out that whole summer of 2017.
Because he was lifting up tractor trailers.
He had a whole ambulance.
Every week, you guys were fans said like my favorite show was Raw, which is what's Braun lifting this week? Like,
no, but that was
the ring, the ambulance, the arena. Like
remember, that's why Vince took Braun out because they built him to a certain point. But when it was time to put him against legit people, they said, nah, he doesn't make sense going up against Brock Lesnar. And that's why Brock Lesnar.
You know why though? The reason was because they changed his style. When he first came in and he was having those matches and he was a 6-foot nigga doing drop kicks and jumping off the top rope with the Big Show and breaking the ring, that stuff was good.
Now, when they wanted change the hammerlock and I'm going to kip up spot, and it was like, what the fuck is going on?
And the problem became they didn't want a big guy to work like that.
Right.
And when he started working a more traditional big guy style, they didn't care. No one cared.
It was the kiss of death for the Big Show back then. Like Arn Anderson said, like he wants to jump off the top rope and do drop
let
kicks.
that nigga do him.
That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying, fam, is I think if there's any time for Braun Strowman to do him, it's right now under the Triple H. Like Triple H is trying a lot. He got Dexter Loomis coming.
I said this last week. He wasn't really in NXT. He wasn't really in NXT to be a Triple H guy, just like Omos. Like it was a guy that
brought him back,
but like he's someone that already has name recognition.
I don't think Triple
H is still in the thing of like I gotta make some moves to be like, is this gonna work? Let's call this 6 months later. Like
I don't know if I think Triple H is trying to be more strategic. I think he's grabbing specific people for specific things, and if he brings the Braun Strowman, I think he's doing it for a reason.
Keep going up because No Good Nick had a question at first, and then let's get to what Stan was saying.
To put Braun with the Alpha Academy,
with them niggas, I don't think it matches. I don't think Otis matches. I think
he does now.
I was gonna say I think the conflict would be Braun and Otis.
They forced it.
This whole thing is that Otis was an amateur wrestler, but they just treat him as, again, he's a stumpy guy with a look.
He's a big white boy that Bianca Belair picked up.
She had him on her back.
And then everybody else tried to do it. Don't try to do it now. Bianca did it already.
Roll up. No, go up.
To whose comment?
To Stan.
He needed time off to refresh. He'll be fine in this stand. There aren't many monsters on the roster right now. So I don't know what it means. Again, I don't know what exactly that pans out to, because you see Omos, he chilling right now.
So what happened?
They starting to bring Omos back outside too.
That was this week though. What I'm saying.
I told y'all, nigga.
I thought Big John. I didn't know Big John Studd was as big as he was, but what's the question that I have for Stan is, if you have a monster among men, what happens when he's no longer the monster? Which we saw when Roman Reigns put the beats on him.
Roman
not the monster no more. Granted, it's Roman Reigns.
It was Roman.
This is where you have to have a backstage that can do this and this and this.
What does that mean?
What I mean is when you have your guy, right?
Normally, that's a Buffy hoodie. My bad, cuz.
Oh yeah.
That's all. That's
when you
hard.
have your guy, your big guy that they're gonna put that normally they're gonna use to put over who is really their guy. Immediately afterward, you have to have that big guy that lost to your actual star do something. And if he has no direction, he just is a great big jobber. He's just a great big jobber, and you have to know how to book. This nigga trying to drive the chat. Just say what name, nigga.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to cut you off from talking. You had a good point.
But yeah,
you had a hell of a point.
But you just have to have a direction for him to go, and that's it. Is that you have to trust the folks that you have working backstage to be like, well, if your focus is on that main event, the guy that you have lose and has to move on, he has to be in something good, or you just lost somebody great.
But does he have to win?
No.
That next beef, he probably should.
So when we're talking Braun Strowman, when he's the monster among men, we just talking about what Stan was saying. Shout out to Stan, that's my nigga. Once he runs all through the roster, and y'all bring back Cody Rhodes, and Cody Rhodes beats him, what happens to still make him monster-esque after that loss to somebody that's not a monster?
That next night he has to be tight about it backstage. Someone has to laugh, someone of quality, usually somewhere around your Intercontinental belt, and have one of them niggas laugh at your guy, and you have that big nigga run through whoever that is, and then there's a program there.
So what happens with the guy that he runs through? Because he's already destroyed the roster once.
Well, it depends on who it is. Like remember, Braun was also the one that ran through Bobby Lashley through the Raw sign. I think that there's ways to show
that was dope.
That I'm saying there's ways to show that someone's dope and that someone is powerful. This week on look at what they're doing with Powerhouse Hobbs. He got into a beef with Ricky Starks. He beat Ricky in like 4 seconds, and then he sorry to the little white boy that got destroyed on AEW Dynamite this week. He slammed that man with the spine buster so hard he cut his own lip.
Yeah.
Hobbs
right now, Hobbs looks like a monster.
Hobbs isn't a good. He's not a good example.
What's a better?
Because he's not necessarily a big man.
There ain't one.
Are you sure?
I don't think
AEW
really didn't have a bunch of big men other than what the Gangsta Ali, what's his name?
Nigga, we're the big men. We're the big men.
But no,
AEW.
you got what's
it's
Luchasaurus.
Luchasaurus.
You got
Wardlow.
Yeah.
Miro.
That's what makes sense.
Miro's
Miro's not a big guy in AEW.
How big is Miro?
No, but he's not like the big guy in the sense of the guys we're talking about.
He is like a monster figure.
But I do want to say that's how they build him. When the last couple runs he's had, when he goes to the ring, he's running through people just like Hobbs is, just like Braun Strowman was on them
6
foot. He's just been getting injured is the problem, and so they're not able to go
304.
Who's 6 foot?
Miro.
You lying?
Nah.
304 is a big nigga.
Yeah. We're talking talk. Is again, AEW is the land of guys like me, like 5'7", 5'11".
And not you. Hobbs ain't big.
Hobbs is not the biggest guy, but
their giants are Wardlow, Luchasaurus, Satnam Singh, William Morrissey, who just came back.
Big
I cannot take any conversation seriously. You're talking about Morrissey.
Who?
And we're not talking about
he passed away. He passed away. That's my nigga that used to be with Raph.
Wait, didn't Morrissey pass away?
Yeah,
I know exactly who you're talking about.
He used to be with Raph and James Vanderberg.
Was it a minute ago?
Yeah, Canyon. That was Canyon. Canyon used to play Morrissey.
That's your biggest guy in the group.
Yeah, look at it again. Even Ethan Page is a small guy by.
I feel like what's the nigga Daniel? Oh gosh, what's his nigga? What was the 6.0? Whatever the nigga had the TV show on Comedy Central.
Daniel Tosh.
I'm gonna put Daniel Tosh. I'm gonna put this picture up for 60 seconds. Let's see how many jokes we can get off. Who is this nigga with that G-Link white penis? That nigga got the Michael Jordan in-flight pants with a green.
It's like they call them diet tests and diets. This
who
is
was that
Shawn
nigga with that
Michaels
black and
and
white shirt like he in a white R&B group?
Wait, Drip, we had a whole episode called Diet Test years ago.
Who was that nigga in the middle? Like they put Randy Orton in the dryer. Who was them niggas?
Damn. No, but William Morrissey looks like Shawn Michaels from SummerSlam 02 if he got the Super Soldier serum.
He looked like he got he like got Shawn Michael clothes on right now.
That's what I'm saying. He had like
or is that the hot take?
Hold on, I'm not mad. The one person I'm not mad that's in the ring is Morrissey.
Yes, W. Morrissey.
Yeah, I'm not mad that he's there.
Why?
Because he looks big.
Because yes,
but see the problem
like
is
wild nondescript, like he like one of the niggas, the Bobos on Double Dragon, just like a nigga who beat up, like you know what I'm saying.
Shout out to the Bobos.
But the problem is, see, Matt, the thing is, I know you, and I know when it's time to see this man wrestle, you're going to be the first one like, fuck that nigga.
I'm not watching that.
The best about Matt is I actually like that. Then when it happens, like, nah, this ain't it.
This ain't it.
This ain't
it. No. He said he likes him in the picture. He didn't say he liked him. He said, I like him in this context.
It don't even look right in that context.
Because
it
looks bad.
Do something.
It looks so bad that now the
rag tag, yo. Hey, y'all ever seen a nigga? All right, so I'm from like the county, right? So we outside of Bobo.
Oh shit,
yeah,
the adobos. The adobos.
The adobos is Puerto Rican.
Pioneer City.
You're right now.
Yo, they used to beat this shit.
Yo, remember nigga you might pick the chain up and get to working on one of them.
Morrissey is definitely like the bouncer. I mean,
but that looked like them niggas went to high school, right? Them niggas went to school on an army base. That's why they all different.
And they together. That's why they together. One nigga
was out Heidelberg. One nigga was out Texas. You know what I'm saying? Like they was, and they all just like
they look like Color Me Bad.
They were all in the same JROTC class together. And then Stokely was the one nigga that was really, really hard about the JROTC. He was always armed up, right?
Right.
And, that's iron for niggas ain't from where we at.
I was like, wait, what'd you say?
Armed up, right? And you know what I'm saying? That's why he in charge. You know what I'm saying? So y'all niggas that's mad at Stokely for being over because he could talk, probably should just shut up. Because he can talk and you can't. Because you
look at that nigga pants.
I don't like it.
The firm looked like in high school they referred to each other as the state that they came from.
Hey, yo, it looked like they all asked Lee Moriarty.
This is Mississippi.
I can say it.
Can I say it?
In the hook, bro.
No, I'm just in the song. Can I like in that context? Like, what if I'm repeating? Somebody had called.
So hype, bro.
Like he walked up on. He said, "Hey, Lee, what's up, Mike? Can I say it then?"
Just saying, "Hey, bro, what's up?"
Yo, I don't like it. I
don't
like it.
The adobos?
The adobo is bad.
You tell me which person in that ring don't need Stokely.
No, see, that's the thing.
Moriarty.
No, you see the problem is you're not wrong. The problem is it's not that different from like what Gary Hart used to do back in the day, because he would have Muda, he would have Buzz Sawyer, he had 15 different looking motherfuckers, but you didn't see them all in the same ring at the same time. I don't like hearing them being called the firm either.
So wait. How is it disrespectful? The firm wasn't good.
No, don't say that.
Wait,
I didn't have a good album.
That's right, fam. Come on, fam.
What else can you base it on?
They can't make a phone tap though. They ain't got a phone tap. This group right here ain't got a phone tap.
They don't have a phone tap in them. They don't have a affirmative action in them.
Who in this group is making that beat? Stoke is making that. They pissed us. They're pissed at what Stoke is doing right now. The record label said, "Nah, Stoke, that beat is too hard. We can't do that."
Yo, I don't.
They need a cannabis feature.
I don't like it.
They said, "Call it
earlier." Math about Lee Moriarty just can be a wrestler. He doesn't need a character. That I understand that. That makes sense. But Lee Moriarty, the wrestler, was like, we're just gonna hope this guy gets a lot of matches and he'll win or lose. It's like
Drip.
It's what happened. It's what was happening with Chad Gable prior to Alpha Academy. It's like this guy's gonna get the best match out of the other wrestler,
right?
Every
and then
week.
It's gonna lead to something.
Yeah.
What I said earlier, I said it's like the black technician
That's funny.
is kind of the equivalent to the black quarterback, right?
Right. Talk to
And
me.
it's like when I watch AEW, it's like they need to have some kind of character for them to be positioned in anything. And Lee Moriarty, to me, seems like the black quarterback that you want to sit in the pocket and pat. That's not who he is.
Right.
Yeah.
But that, I mean, it's got to be who's telling him to be that way.
I'm saying, pardon me, Lee Moriarty is the black quarterback that will sit in the pocket and pass, and you want him to run all over the place and throw the option and all this fly shit, and that's not who he is.
Right. No,
Brian,
He's telling them to get
Brian
the green.
Leftwich.
Facts.
what I'm saying is
You want him to
David
get the
Garrard.
green hair and all that. There has to be somebody back there saying, "Listen, we know you
What
can
is-
go,
coach.
but we
Josh
need you
Freeman.
Let's
to
now
do something."
let's be honest though, because you
Nah, he's not Dak. Dak can sit in the pocket and he can run.
but
Yeah.
you are taking away the fact that a great deal of these pro wrestlers, be they black or white, are kind of void of personality in real life. So
Yeah.
that was Gresham's problem, apparently.
right.
It was Wheeler Yuta prior to Blackpool Combat Club. What's this appeal? This guy who's a technical wrestler.
Facts.
That's it.
Right. You
Right.
just have to
He's
look
the regular
around it.
guy in the Best Friends. He's the regular guy.
Or, fam, I think you're right. Or you do what you do at Wheeler Yuta and you put them in that spotlight for whatever 7-10 minutes, make them feel like make them look like a superstar. And then, because at some point, Wheeler Yuta went from whatever trunks he had on to the white Johns with the blood on them. Like, it's not hard. They know how to do it.
And then Daniel Garcia again. Daniel
Daniel Garcia.
He's Red
doing it
Death
right now.
And then Jericho Appreciation Society. But it's like by him forcing himself to be a sports entertainer, it was like dumb in storyline, but he had
to do
have
it.
something to work with it. Again, like these stupid outfits, and him wanting to go back to being a wrestler. Like,
Well, so even look, so Stan said wrestling is two parts. It is, right?
Facts.
But
the
Those
argument for a
two
certain
parts
list that
don't-
really matters.
but those two parts don't have to come from the same place. And what I mean is, some of these niggas aren't going to have personalities. So I said this in our chat this week, is that if it doesn't, then the storyline that you have them in has to pull people in. Sometimes you'll watch a show on TV and it'll just be this character. That's just an amazing character. It doesn't matter what he's doing in the story. He's just a great character. But sometimes the things that happen to this character are so amazing that you care because of what happened, not because of who the person is. That being the case, you as whatever booker has to be able to point the people who are watching to like, yo, look at this. You like this. You care about this. Like, you want to root for him because he's a good guy or a bad guy, but also you care because there's a story there. Because when you meet that nigga, you know what I'm saying, after the show, and you're like, oh, what's up, man? And he was like, hey, how you doing? But you cared outside, and that's all that really matters.
So, like, the obvious case, and that's like someone who's both, is Carmelo Hayes. Like, he is Lamar Jackson. He can run it, he can throw it. He's that
It's nothing
guy.
like Celie from The Color Purple.
No, you gotta relax. You gotta relax.
But
don't
someone who
look
probably has like the skill set of one without the personality,
sure is
especially now without his tag team partner is Wesley.
Keep going,
right? Like,
keep going, Drip.
Like, who is Wesley post MSK being broken up? He has the skills. Like, he had a personality in that tag team, but like
He's a
since
guy
then-
that can wrestle.
Exactly. So he's
But
Tyrod
then the
Taylor.
But then the booking never came through. So then
Right.
is it three pieces then? Does the booking
It's also the booking
didn't
didn't come through. Yeah,
That's not funny, Big Mike.
but But once the
It's got to be all of it. I think you have to have it. None of this means anything if the booker doesn't push.
no, but to Matt's point, like once you're on your own, what's your character? Get the booking.
What's your character?
If booking knows you're not a character because Wesley was so tied to Zachary Wentz or Nash Carter, then we have to remake him. But they didn't remake him. He was still Wesley on his own.
He's just Wesley.
But he started at first. I'm going to be honest.
As Benjamin Xavier,
he started jumping off the screen at first. They were doing a little bit, and then things kind of started switching up, and he lost in the shuffle again. But it was like at first, like right afterwards, they was like, "All right, we got to do something with this guy because we know."
Because they had also addressed what was going,
right, and people
they couldn't
started
keep
looking.
him in the dark a lot longer with everything going on.
Then it was like, never mind.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like
man, Cal.
What happened? Are you sure? You big looking on.
That's my nigga. You know, man. I love saying.
All I'm saying, I think. Well, I want to say this, Strip. I think if you talk about, because I think I agree with a lot that's going on right now, especially in terms of cats that don't have character coming in and kind of trying to get a character. That's why they do this, and I think that's why Lee Moriarty is out there looking like a Cross Colors ad. But I think the thing is, this could fail and he figures out what he needs to do. But at some point, he can't just be the very good black guy because it's not because it's not work for Jay Lethal. It did. Jonathan Gresham left. There's not a lot of just black guys who get to be like a Keith Lee.
But wasn't the Jonathan Gresham also like he only thinks he's
Man, give me
he thinks he it's like the Highlander thing with him. I think like there can only be one in his mind. Like again, like I can't allow Lee Moriarty to be there, like because there's only me.
Hold on, I honestly don't think Jonathan Gresham looked at him as us. Looked at himself as us.
No, he did not. Jonathan Gresham didn't have that conversation until
I shouldn't have laughed at that.
He left the ROH pay-per-view calling homegirl like, "Hey, you can't believe this happened to me."
They think I'm black.
Oh shit!
He just turned his head around backwards. He was like, "Well,"
and then she was like, "What do you mean?" Like,
let me have 2 drugs, please.
Why would they think that, honey?
We're definitely getting canceled.
No. You know what?
Super chat.
But no. See,
Can we get a super chat for racism?
Sit down, nigga.
We gonna see.
No, Cal, you were right with again Jay Lethal, but like the Jay Lethal had to rely on being Black Machismo to then become.
No, you're right.
Great
That's
technician Jay Lethal. He transitioned out of that. Like,
I'm gonna be honest. No. Jay Lethal might be one of the most criminally underused as a character and not as an in-ring in professional wrestling history.
Hold on.
When they gave him the chance,
is that his fault?
It's not his fault. It's not.
Are
his
you
fault.
sure?
I'm gonna say yes because he chose to stay where he chose to stay.
Oh well, yeah, but I don't. It's one of those things where I don't. Black. That's funny. I don't think he would have had any. Like, I don't think he could have went up to Connecticut and had a snowball's chance in hell of getting anywhere close to being what he was able to do in terms of.
He's not here. You know what you're here for? To dance.
Why do all the dancing niggas do the same type of dances? Like none of them niggas do dances that niggas actually do.
Right.
They be doing like the electric slide.
But fam, you know why? And I'm gonna be honest. They're picking from a particular pool, and that pool probably didn't go to the cookout, so they have to YouTube lingo and dance steps and learn it before they're pushed out on stage.
Do you think they teach like boy band choreography to like?
So all right,
no, they don't teach anything. They're watching TV and then doing that on TV.
Them niggas
So
is
I'm
dancing
gonna
like
give y'all
Lana.
a perfect example, right?
They
And it
dancing
messed
like
me
Lana.
up because after hearing him talk about things like, oh yeah, nah, this nigga a nigga. But
Right.
like when you saw him dance, he was like, oh, he not a real nigga. But then you hear him talk, Xavier Woods, right?
Oh,
Is a Atlanta nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He probably do all them wild, you know what I mean?
Cat.
And he probably was like he was looking like first generation genuine,
Cut his
not like
mic.
new old
Cal.
man genuine.
no, he's cooking, Matt. He's cooking. Let him- let him-
Cal.
No,
Because
no.
we're not getting a sponsor,
Okay,
activate
no.
the super chat.
Super chat been activated. I'm telling you, super chat is activated.
We not getting no money.
Super
The
chat
one-
is activated.
Super chat.
Patreon.com/Black Rasslin because I don't know.
But here's what Cal said about him, about Jay Lethal going to Connecticut, like, and them not knowing what the fuck to do. That's why Mr. 52 so upset. He went there. They didn't do a damn thing with him with all the skills he has or
They
had.
didn't want him. They didn't want him.
Let Drip cook. Let Drip
Yeah.
cook the whole.
And then they
Because-
gave him a
because-
faction to boost up, and the guy in the faction that had what they look for, which is a character that they could train to wrestle, and they got better and better. Like,
Well, he was already an athlete, so
Yeah.
what I'm saying, but like, but he, like, him being as good a wrestler as he is right now. Again, they can be the best athletes and still not. Look, Riddick Moss played college football too. Let's chill out on. Again, he was an athlete.
But at some point, any
Right.
black guy can go in the trash can if they ask you to, right?
But that's what made him so upset, and that's why he's still upset.
Because he had to go in the
he's
trash
not-
can.
No, I'm talking about 52, not 51.
Oh my bad.
And that's why 52.
Two.
the other nigga.
Two.
That's
Number
why-
two. I'm sorry, I apologize.
I forgot.
That's why he's still upset in this other company, because these two guys who
He popped.
who's
Is he
whose
upset?
gimmick- yeah, because he's holding that title tight because he knows next week it's over.
It's
The
over.
dude-
matches in
The
MLW.
dudes that
They were
scissor are gonna
amazing.
take the dudes that scissor are gonna take his title, and he is gonna be upset.
Let him.
Hey,
No,
I'm
let
going to
Drip
tell
cook.
you. Here's the interesting part about this, and I wanted to bring this up earlier.
And yeah, they
Um,
deserve to die. Like,
When we were talking about like Wardlow, I didn't get a chance to jump in, but I don't think AEW.
we need Mimi here because we are just it's back to the old BRP. We're
Let him
just
go. Let him go.
No,
I'm
so
sorry.
I don't think AEW is built for improvisation as far as stories go,
Right.
because they do like the long term booking, right?
Right.
So when stuff happens like with Wardlow, where he caught fire, they weren't able to they weren't able to catch that lightning in a bottle for they weren't able to sustain it because I think
they didn't want to do what happened with Braun.
The long
missed your chance.
They're not built to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everything is like, we got to do it, and then it's gonna come back in a package in 20 years, or you know what I mean, in 6 months or whatever.
Time capsule, yeah.
Yeah, and that's how they can't do that kind of stuff. They're not built to redirect. And I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna end up biting the Acclaim in the butt, because they are lightning in a bottle right now.
Right.
They're going to win those belts at the tennis courts at Arthur Ashe.
Next
And
week.
then after they leave Arthur Ashe,
Arthur. Okay.
I chill out.
I was just stop
You gotta
it.
go with the jokes when I say the joke.
I know, but I was like, that was too far. That was too.
Oh, say less.
But look, and then once they leave Arthur Ashe, they're not gonna know what to do with the Acclaim because they didn't have long-term plans.
Right.
I just think their model of pro wrestling isn't built to be as reactionary as a WWE, because the WWE have been turning on the fly for 15 to 20 years now.
I think the one thing that I think AEW is good at in terms of reaction is getting merchandise out. They got 2 shirts for the Acclaim. They had a shirt last week. They know how to turn around and satisfy their base when something's going on.
Shout out to my man Steve for the super chat. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my man Steve for the
super chat.
Yeah, there to go to super chat. Yo, shout out to Steve. You know what I mean?
Hey, whoa.
Shouts out to the super chats is booming.
Rattlers.
It's only a couple months. I always keep it legit. It's only a couple motherfuckers that I'm a vouch for. Rattler Steve before
Yeah.
the super chat
One of them
was
buns.
on my vouch for list. Right there is insane. Shout out to Steve.
No, that's nuts. Appreciate that.
I
Appreciate
ain't even know the super chat was activated. Hey, put some
Yeah.
quarters in that bitch.
it.
You
I
put
told-
some
I said
quarters
it.
in.
Couple shillings, sir.
Put 2 quarters in there, Pop Tart, and let's get it on.
Get it on.
Super chats and super chatting. Let's
But
go.
what their argument actually for the claim this being the right time is like they were hated for so long. It's now everyone does love them. So if you don't make them champs now, it's that again you missed out on
You missed
the perfect timing. So again, because AEW always doesn't know what to do after the babyface ends the chase and they're at top of the mountain, like the Hangman Page, and they released Lucky to have Danielson right away. But after Danielson's like, what's next? Adam Cole worked because they had a great match, but that feud was a weak feud in terms of the story of it.
But that's
But
why
we
when
see,
it was at
but
the
we saw with
screenshot-
Sammy. Well, no, we saw with Sammy and then Scorpio, and then that they just went back and forth for that title, and that the title didn't matter anymore. And then Wardlow's that same thing. Like he beats MJF, gets his freedom, and then beats fucking Scorpio
Is
Sky,
he
and
an
that's it.
employee now? He's an
Gave us
employee,
free.
right? God damn, Royal.
Hey yo, Royo bugging out, man. Shout out to Royale. Listen,
I love y'all.
Super, the motherfucking super. They, but
Matt,
you see what I'm
ask
saying?
for it. Ask for our super chats in the building.
But these my niggas, so they already know that on the back end, it's $20. You know what I mean? The $20 coming back in
they going crazy in the super chat. They're going crazy in the super chat. Hold tight.
He ain't even saying that. He just said, "Give me the super chat."
I'm about to cry. I'm about to cry because that sponsorship we was about to
We
get.
getting money.
That sponsorship we was about to get wasn't gonna give us that.
They was
I
like,
believe I made it.
if you
Yo,
drink this exclusive vodka on the show every week, we'll give you 2 bottles. I was like, well, what I'm gonna do with the rest of the 52 cents?
Yo, Per Plus tried to send as a sponsorship for drip and shit, but we don't use that.
They
Look
sent
at
it to the
them.
wrong house. I said, what I'm gonna do with the Per Plus?
What they gonna do with that? What we gonna do with Per Plus?
What I'm gonna do with this?
God damn it! God fucking damn it!
Shout out to the chat.
Nah,
We
for
just
real.
want likes. All we want is likes.
Yeah,
Y'all
for real.
niggas
Run up them
bashing
likes.
that bitch.
Just run up them likes and we'll just hit you with that. I was all right. I do before we. Cause I don't know if you got any more AEW conversation.
Oh wow.
But what happened?
Yo,
Damn, we got
that's a PhD
that's a
$20.
certified
Yeah.
doctor. A
Doc,
certified
that's
doctor.
a
You,
doctor. I appreciate it, man.
we
That's-
got to
that's
get a
good.
Canadian destroyer for the doctor. Piece of the doctor.
FYI,
Again.
the work there was done by Dr. Keith Lee.
I was about to say,
Oh
Keith
man,
Lee.
shout out to Jay Justin, man. Shout out to Justin. Bonafide nice guy.
What is going
Bonafide
on
nice guy.
tonight?
People going nuts tonight. This is
What is
wild.
going on tonight?
I don't know. Listen. All right, man.
What is piece of the super chats?
Whole time, man. Shout out to the
Super chat going fucking ridiculous.
Yeah,
right
I've
now.
never. I don't know what to do with my hands.
Nobody is supposed to be here.
All I can do is
He
podcast.
wasn't supposed to be here for sure.
Nobody
Yeah,
is
whole
supposed
time.
to be here.
They wasn't
Yeah.
supposed to give niggas no super chat.
Yeah, especially Drip. Drip has been walking around with a sawed-off shotgun his whole entire life. He used to be banging in Little Rock, and then we saved him. You know what I mean? He met us, and he was like, "Man, I really should change my life." You know what I'm saying? He was like, "You know what, you old niggas really get." And I said, "Hold on, you can't say nigga like that." He was like, "Hey, nigga, chill out." And then I said, "Oh, all right, you got it, champ. You got the sawed off." And then he calmed down. You know what I mean? And now, you know what I'm saying? Everything is all right, man. The goddamn now in the super chat, I am flabbergasted. I don't know what to say.
God damn.
God dang, Blue Chew, Ken Lou,
Ken
coming
Lou.
with
Funny.
you.
Blue
3.5
Chew Lou. Blue Chew Lou. You already nigga Joe Dixon.
Oh my gosh, it's going crazy this week. Hold on, y'all bugging out, man.
Yo, put these names down, yo.
Oh,
Yeah,
damn. Salutes to y'all.
Yo, things just went really crazy for a second. I'm sorry. I
This is-
appreciate
No, this is not. I'm kind of flabbergasted right now for real. Like,
man, niggas had a conversation about this shit though.
Literally. Like
Niggas
again,
had a conversation that son, it's not a marathon.
Yeah. No, it is a marathon.
What the?
Oh man,
it is a marathon. Pardon me.
It is a marathon, not a sprint.
Yeah, you know what? And I think it's dope because these are folks that, you know what I mean, been down for a minute, man. We appreciate it. We definitely, you know what I mean. We also working hard, man. But we, you know what I mean, we need this bread. Like, you know what I mean. We get up here.
If it's not loyal, like again, day one's like Rather Steve or Royal. It's people who once they found out the pod started watching weekly, watch the old episodes again.
How y'all think we keep drip tips frosted like that? We need a super chat.
We need a goddamn sponsorship for bleach hair. That's
so
crazy.
I don't know if y'all know this, but it's not like he is not done traditionally because Davis is a thug from Little Rock. It's actually a blood to come over the house and pick him up like Suge Knight and dip the top of his head in the bleach and then pull him back up. You know what I'm saying? And he dip him down. He get in the character. He said, "Give me the chain, give me the chain," and then he pick him back up. You know what I'm saying?
We just wanted to like.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
You be stacking?
Sure.
He do finger origami, cuz.
Drip don't be stacking? Hold up.
Fam saw that picture of me earlier in my jorts.
Yo, he definitely had a bottle of in a bag of Reggie and East. Think I appreciate you, Chip.
This drip right here.
Hey, yo.
That's Tom Brady. That's Tom Brady. I swear that's Tom Brady. When Giselle ain't home.
I'm going back to the league. I don't care what she say.
All right. First of all, Tom Brady's from California. He sounds like I'm just a nice guy. Like I'm just.
No, that's this man right here.
You say he's from where? California.
California.
If Tom Brady talked like Reggie, that would be the best thing.
He's man.
242.
I kept this facade up for all these years. You know what I'm saying? Y'all saw the real me last year when I was throwing that trophy around in them boats. Like, cause out here, man, it's real in the field, man. I'm telling you, man. I owe the city. You know what I mean? Everything.
No good, Nick.
Yeah, salute to y'all for real.
Yo, what the fuck is going on?
I don't know. I do not know.
Apparently, we have the podcast, gentlemen.
Well, I was gonna say before we got out of the AEW stuff, I did want to. All right, AEW
started showing so much love. I got flabbergasted. Just like
please don't flag us. But I have to. I muted it. We're gonna see. I gotta look at this shit. Look at this. Look at this. Watch Keith go. Watch Keith.
That's all Keith. That's all Keith, by the way.
No, it's always all. Yeah.
Yeah.
He did he had to do a stand-in backflip.
God
damn.
I think when he faced Adam Cole, it happened. Not in the unifying title match at the in the first Worlds Collide. I think he did the Panama Sunrise, and it was insane then.
That shit is amazing.
Drippy jumped off his brother's back.
That's what I'm saying. Jesus, what
Keith serves. The nigga
Keith is for real.
That this morning. That's why Kyle's like, Drip, here's a track. Can you make this video?
I was just up in the song, and Lucha Bros just happened to
they did the Ray Phoenix.
No, that's the best. I don't think I've seen the video.
Hey, gone on kill him, Big Mike. Gone on kill him.
The audio of Penta and Phoenix. Boo 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 boo. Like, come on. I don't fucking know.
I'm gonna be honest. I watched wrestling through Instagram clips. You know what I'm saying? This week. Yeah, absolutely. So for me, it was just a crazy, you know what I mean, crazy wild week, a lot going on. A lot of birthdays over here. But yeah, it's been just a wild week, and I haven't had a chance to sit in front of wrestling, but the stuff I did see. Listen, the WWE is the biggest pro wrestling company in the world. Like, there's no denying that, right?
Facts.
people like wrestling more when WWE is doing well.
Is doing
Yeah.
And only WWE.
well. You figure it makes everybody else.
Because when New Japan was like, oh, the real great wrestling's over here, you got to watch it at
The new Sasha Banks.
4 a.m. on this website. Everyone got heated that you just want to watch matches. You don't want to watch stories and all that. Like, because what happened this week? Were you kind of alluding to what happened this week with?
I wasn't
Yeah,
alluding
no.
to anything. I just see kind of the state of what wrestling. Yes, absolutely. That's exactly what I'm saying, Steve. Is they're the siege. Anybody else that's doing well, you know what I'm saying, from down to like Impact's women division to just, you know what I mean, matches over New Japan, AAA, and including when, you know, AEW ratings go up. There is that spirit of people know WWE, WWF as the Kleenex or the Frigidaire of pro wrestling. So you know what I'm saying? These are the places where if you say wrestling, niggas assume you talking about WWE or, you know what I'm saying? And if they're having a downtime, if things aren't good consistently there, I think we're seeing that point that when things shift, it brings everything up.
Whenever
I was going in a whole different direction.
Whenever the WWE is doing well, the super chat does well.
Wait, that's
So
good.
I
Hey, Joe Dix.
Shout out to why?
We
Maybe-
talk about
hey, look.
this photo.
All right. Let's can we have this conversation?
Photos, videos.
Yeah,
Let's have
let's
this conversation.
have a conversation.
The question is, are they coming back?
Who
the
Sasha
fuck
Naomi?
cares? Who cares? Keep the videos coming.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
I mean, shout out to my man, my role model, the stretching coach.
Yo, it's no way.
That's your Black Rasslin of the week
It's no way. Yes.
Come on, cuz you
of the year.
come on, you can't run with the headline, my nigga. Dang, we got to get there.
Will he be eligible for next year's BRP 50?
Yo,
Yes.
you in here doing this.
Massaging.
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 Mucking.
Like
You
this.
got a leg up here
We said
That
like this,
mucking?
and a leg over here.
like this
That's
right
gotta
here.
be mucking.
Hey, big
You
monkey.
done pulled a woman halfway off a piano.
That's gotta be mucking. Massage. This is ridiculous. Wait, so are Sasha and Naomi going back to the WWE?
Yes.
Probably
Yeah.
at some point, yeah.
I don't think it's probably. I think. Listen,
It's a
I
pro
don't
wrestler.
know
and
if
they-
I don't buy them hanging out. Shout out to Corey.
God damn it. Yeah.
I don't know if I buy them actually just hanging out together.
This my guy.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah, this is
This my
very.
guy
This
right
is
here.
all probably through like the realm of WWE, like having a hand in
Yes.
these appearances.
You don't buy.
Of
You don't
course,
buy
red-
them.
of course.
The red herring, right? The red
Red herring.
is them niggas letting Sasha buy in to that reefer company,
Yeah, she working.
right? So when we see that, I believe they want us to believe. This nigga say,
BlackRasslin.com is the website. As always, you can Nah, I
we can
Halle
cancel.
Berry, here I come. That's
I
Matt.
appreciate all those super chats because we're not gonna be back next
Yeah.
week.
Nah,
and,
this is
one thing we need is
out of here.
we all get a tank of gas.
we needed that this week. Nah, I feel what you're saying, fam. Her being on the cover of Cannabis Weekly or whatever
Yes.
the magazine was
That's
is
a
perfect.
red herring.
Right.
The thing that led me to
Shut up,
really believe
matchup.
earlier this week that they're definitely coming back, right?
Right.
When
some
Triple H
point.
was on with Ariel Hawani, and He said, all right, man, we about to wrap up. Before we go, I got to ask you about a couple names. You know what I'm saying? And, you just respond accordingly. They asked him about what's your man with the two different
Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, they asked about Bray. They asked about Bray.
I fucking hate that you had to use that as the descriptor. The man with two different.
It's two different people.
They no, but this is how it cut me because you're like
I don't know.
We had this conversation with the two.
We had this conversation when he was in the car, or when I'm like, this man thought Bray Wyatt and the Fiend were two different people, and he was like, they were.
We don't talk.
They were two different. Hold on, Bray Wyatt and the Fiend wasn't two people.
We don't talk.
It was two people.
So look, so they asked.
This is something that legit irritates me.
We can't have this conversation right now, but
they asked Triple H about him, and he said, "I could see it happening, blah blah blah, but I don't know that. He's a
we like to promote creativity, but he's also a mind of his own. We here in the WWE, we try to establish relationships.
He spoke positively of him, but his answer was,
and then behind the mic, he's like, he's trash.
He was like, I don't know about Bray Wyatt.
Right.
They asked, and this isn't the order they asked it, but they also asked about Braun Strowman, and Braun Strowman hadn't obviously been back.
That was that night.
He said, I'm not sure. I'm not sure when the interview dropped. But
the interview was Clash weekend, and he came back the Monday. Yeah,
and he said, "We'll see." Right. The next person was Sasha Banks. The exact same answer was, "We'll see." So he answered different when it was a guy that they don't know. He answered the same when it was a guy that we saw that was back.
He answered. We don't know about Bray Wyatt.
Right.
He didn't answer that about the Fiend.
Shut the fuck.
Hold on.
Oh my! I
don't gotta ask Cal to do it. I can do it myself.
Give me access next time. I have the access. Access controls that BBD now. I need the access over here. Like,
I hate you.
That's really good.
I hate you.
He didn't ask about the Fiend. Has to be the name of the episode.
That's a good. Let me make a note of that. Jeez. We got a lot of names. He did.
Nigga, the name was legit.
He legit was like, wait. He's like, wait. He didn't ask about the Fiend.
He didn't ask about the Fiend.
Like, he meant that shit. Like,
no, he's meant it for 3, 4, 5 years.
I know, Cal. That's why I get pissed when he doesn't. Like,
you get pissed.
So, all right, that's the thing, though. So then, do the Fiend?
I was like,
do the Fiend and Dexter Lumis got to fight over them gloves?
Mm-hmm.
They're not the same.
The gloves.
Yes, they are.
So they got to. They got to fight over the gloves.
No. We know. We discussed that. Dexter Lumis has the gloves that cut right before.
No. Dexter Lumis got them Jones, and then what happened? They got a tailor them in the back.
Level.
They come out the same bucket.
No,
and then somebody got to cut them.
They say hurt and heal on them.
You got to add. It's a Radio Raheem nigga in the back that edit them Jones.
They're different.
You know what I'm saying? And then, here come Hill. Here come Hill.
Hey, Hill. And Hill is victorious.
She said, these 5 fingers go straight to the soul.
Yeah.
R.I.P., man. R.I.P. Bill Nunn, man.
So,
what a classic.
Hill.
But all these appearances, like, outside of the WWE the last couple of months, it makes sense that they're either in cooperation with WWE to come back, but like on their terms and like their timetable, and maybe to play up this, like, maybe Sasha Banks and then we want to have like an appeal outside the company. It's I can see fans reasoning about like this being their version of, was it a work the whole time with CM Punk and MJF and the Scrum, and was it something that they then leaned into, or was it already a work that then took real like this? There's something there with Sasha and Naomi and all these appearances.
I can see that.
But this is where we get into the territory of if it's a work, then it's a shoot, and if it's a shoot, then it's a work.
No, this is
Always a little bit of both.
this is the territory where we get into doing what y'all say. As timeline says, let it play out. Triple H's era right now. Watch the show.
No. Because if we let shit play out, like
Drip.
Lee and Raquel winning on night one, they dropped those titles 2 weeks there. What's playing out with that? They should have gave the titles to the people that should have won them on the first.
How do you know
night.
it's not finished playing?
What are they gonna do if
chill out. I know that Little Rock is coming out. You got to chill out, Drip.
It's not
You know what I
finished.
mean? It's definitely not. It's definitely not finished.
You're talking about something that happened Monday on Thursday, like we already know was, and maybe nothing's going to happen. But guess what? What was supposed to happen was Dakota and Io getting those titles. That's what the people wanted, right?
Right.
This is what y'all wanted, right?
Hey,
It didn't happen when y'all wanted it, but guess what? It happened.
Can Bailey wrestle?
She's probably still limited, but she wrestled Aaliyah and she wrestled at Clash.
She was in the clash. I only saw her in the Clash match, but yeah, maybe maybe it's not full. I don't know. I don't know how far she. I don't
just trying to watch, like, and not try to rush into it.
Right.
And
I would.
Given the severity of that injury, and again, if they're saving her for Bianca to have a big time match, you don't want to risk.
Drip is Teddy from Snowfall is funny.
That is very funny.
Drip, can you grow a mustache?
Do you get that reference? Do you get that reference?
I watched Snowfall until like season 4. Is it season?
We're at season 5 now.
This is a fact.
The women's tag titles isn't on the.
But the whole let's let it play out gets tired after a while. It's
y'all talk that shit all the time.
I think that is the problem. Shit. All right, here's the problem with being angry at let it play out. When Tony Khan is completely reactive on the timeline, they're like, stop reacting. And then when he don't and he let it play out, they'd be like, you're taking too long. Get us there.
Right.
Is it one Michael Uchiwali?
You gotta watch. I think right now the thing with what Triple H is doing in WWE, as I see it. Let's see what happens if I put what they want here. Let's see what happens if I just throw Johnny Gargano in there.
What you want?
And he's kind of like. Is he he's not an opening DJ. Is he the DJ that's playing before Flex is playing?
Oh man, shout out to Dempsey.
Piece of Dempsey. As I think right now, Triple H is really just.
You start up against Andre. I told y'all, nigga, he banging in Little Rock.
I had to take that image out because I didn't want to really keep going back to it, but he was doing a 6-point star. No, but I think right now Triple H is doing a lot of temperature checks. I think he's really.
Yeah. He's smart.
See what works.
Like the temperature of Ali and Raquel. Yeah.
Yes.
No,
that's
you know what I'm saying? We know what we want. Let's stop there. Like
how come we can't look at that as a swerve?
I don't like. Oh, you mean?
Yeah, no, I'm talking about the word swerve.
It wasn't as ugly.
What I'm saying is,
when I was over there in the underneath, I was doing great.
And maybe now, Math fam, I don't know if I'm going to be too old man right now, but maybe it's because we grew up in eras where they let the Macho Man Hulk Hogan storyline build up for a year. Like, we didn't have no choice but to see that happen at the next WrestleMania. There was a time where things got every week. It was a new champion. Every week something else was happening. At this point, people don't like watching TV shows if they're not 10 episodes at once.
At all.
Yeah, is it that today's audience can't?
I finished Cobra Kai today.
Is it that today's audience can't wait for some of these storylines to go through?
Talk to that nigga that watched 95 episodes today.
If you look,
those episodes are like a breeze.
He's also though. He's also
this morning. That motherfucker was like, "Yo, it's a new season of Cobra Kai."
Well, yeah,
no. I was halfway through Cobra Kai when I started.
Yeah, but like my reason for this is like you never remember like Nikki Ash won the briefcase last year. She cashed in, and then like let's see how it plays out. They took the title right off her a month later, and then like what did she do since? That's what I mean about the let's let it play out. It's
shut up, brother Dre, man.
Dre, you know
What?
what
No,
it
say
is.
it, Drip. Say it.
No disrespect, Drip. It's your
No.
show, nigga.
I'm
No,
listening.
I'm saying there are obvious like decisions that like either shouldn't have happened, but they wanted again to pull a Swerve to shock people at a time. But like we all knew that title was going to go back to Charlotte Flair, and it did.
Right.
So what you just kind of wasting our time by making Nikki Ash a champ, and then she'll have a
Well,
title reign on her record.
Who was running the show?
Right. I will
Triple
say
H was running the show, and he made them champ.
Drip. What I'm saying is, what he's saying is, you're because a lot of what you're talking about now. Then you're dropping to before a month or two ago when Triple H wasn't the guy.
He wasn't the guy.
Triple H is you mentioned earlier. People getting their first names back. He's getting Matt. It's Matt Riddle. It's Austin. He's walking a lot of that stuff back. Johnny Gargano was just on the TV. I don't think you can compare letting what Triple H is doing play out to what Vince McMahon was doing, because you would have to compare it to the black and gold, your era. You'd have to compare it to
see what happened this week.
Hey, welcome back to the black and gold. But
I'm not talking about this week. I'm talking about when you first started.
But let's be honest though. Is there is a new and AEW lived in it. There was that honeymoon period. You know what I'm saying? And we always ask, we talked about this last week, talked about when is the honeymoon period over?
Yeah.
And the answer is the honeymoon period was over when WWE's honeymoon period started.
Yeah.
And so now the favorable view from the majority of people is placed upon WWE. Mm-hmm. Even from some of the hardcores over at AEW, because let's be honest, there was a heavy tribalism.
Yeah,
it was heavy. Like, I'm a WWE nigga. Some niggas will say it, some niggas won't. But it was obvious.
People got upset over a tweet said it themselves by
saying how but it was evident in how people reacted to everything.
Right.
It was evident.
It was baked in with everything.
Right. With everybody. Right. Mm-hmm. And I think the point here now is it's over for WWE for AEW's honeymoon period, which only means when they do bad, niggas is gonna turn them screws now. Like you don't get that little bit of leeway, of grace. They don't get it.
Waiting for this,
but
people were turning the screws.
The truth is,
the whole time.
WWE now is going to get that same grace and leeway. So they're going to mess up.
It's a scale.
And it's going to go. I think, and Big Mike is saying no more free passes. I think there are free passes for the person that is in that grace. Yeah, and right now the honeymoon period is with WWE, which is weird because they are the elder statesmen of all of this.
It's the Triple H era. I don't know how else to put it. It's for the again, Drip, for people like you who were very into. You good?
Yeah, I'm just adjusting. Yeah.
No, I saw. I'm just making sure you good.
Don't pop a scene.
Facts. I'm saying. I want to make sure everybody's good. For people who are like very much NXT diehards, I would imagine that Triple H being at the driver's seat would be exciting for you because a lot of the projects, like I said, a lot of the projects that he'd been working on that when he was gone and during COVID got literally thrown the fuck out the company. He's able to say, nah, we're going to go back to what was working and then start to try and really do what we were trying to do. I would imagine anybody that calls himself an NXT fan would be hype about Triple H being in the driver's seat because a lot of those cats and a lot of the because you see that also rubs off on a Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens is a fucking monster right now in WWE. Turn on the TV and put on him. He's a monster right now.
I'm gonna tell you, Kevin Owens is the guy that they thought Bray Wyatt was. And when I say that, what I mean is
you don't like that.
What I mean is they got to a period with Bray Wyatt where they didn't really have anything for Bray Wyatt, but they was like, well, he can talk real good. Just give him the mic and let him say what he wants.
Word.
Now, Kevin Owens, if you give him the mic and let him say what he wants, it'll be good every single time. And that's it, but it'll be good and it will move a story. It will make people care. It will draw people in. Kevin Owens is one of the best niggas in general. Cause why would you do that?
That's fucked up. That's fucked up.
Oh, I can't breathe. It's a wild day.
I can't. I'm dead. I'm sorry. Anybody listening on SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Music, I'm sorry. You got to go over to YouTube and get in the super chat. But for real, the show lives and breathes Thursday nights, 8:35 p.m. Eastern Standard. YouTube.com/Black Rasslin. Shout out to my brothers and my sister for always being along for the ride on this motherfucker. Today's Teddy Long's birthday.
One time for the one-time player.
Yeah.
Player.
The funny part is,
hopefully you unblock me or something.
My pop's birthday is next week. That's funny.
Well, I don't know when my dad's birthday.
That's funny. That's funny.
That's the name of the episode.
My dad don't know. That is the name of the episode.
I don't know when my dad's birthday is. It's definitely the name of the episode. When's Daddy's Day? I don't know when Daddy's Day is. When's Daddy's Day?
Oh shit! That's the realest thing I've ever said on the podcast. I genuinely don't know. Salute.
Now, when you said you're never mind.
Salute. After that, what the fuck else is? Does the pod care about Velveteen Dream and EC3 chatting?
I was looking for F's. I called niggas. I said, "Hey, you got a F I can hold?"
Talk about he said, "What was that powder? What was that powder on the table?" And EC3, did y'all see EC3 responded? He said, "I have never failed a drug test. They have never seen any type of drugs in my system.
Ooh, niggas never caught me, baby."
I shouts out to Velveteen Dream. That is a nasty nigga situation.
Shout out to Patrick.
Again, I think like EC3 is like an Epstein denier or believer or something like so. This whole feud is like
really
two guys who like, yeah.
I don't care about that. I honestly don't care that he's a denier of anything.
No, that's
no.
not.
It's like
not
he's just one of the,
true.
like he's one of those
Sure.
guys, fam. Like those, yeah. Again, that's why he started CYN. Like
That's not true.
If they try, listen.
That ain't
Coke,
true.
So cokeheads don't lie about real life. They lie to get what they want. But like cokeheads, like, oh man, listen, boy, listen.
well, that's why he started out that live. Like, am I live? Is this live? Okay, let me talk to y'all. Like, that's how the video started. Like,
the one thing I will say on record about Velveteen.
Wait.
That's crazy. Take that off the screen.
Wait, get him out of here.
Take that off the screen. Take that off the screen. I
Black Jones World. Black Jones World.
you don't want to be lonely. I will.
Jones World. Hit the super chat. Hit the super chat. Because you and Cuz are two.
This might be the greatest episode ever. I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you.
no, that's been a great
Like
episode.
this is.
Out. Velveteen Dream.
Can't wait to get off here.
After this, we're gonna get out of here.
Nigga.
When I read the article and they said Velveteen Dream left jail to sit in the car in whatever parking lot he was in to figure out, he didn't talk about this when they was talking about him sending the chats to the little kids up.
Woo.
There was no IG live for that.
Talk about
No,
it.
no.
Talk about it.
I'm saying, think about what.
Because he knew that shit was true. He was saying this shit isn't true.
I'm gonna say this because I like people saying they
He's
don't
like, listen.
topic.
He's like, listen. You can drag my name through the mud.
Hey, you
No.
ain't putting no dick. You ain't putting no dick pics on me, nigga.
He said I had to make sure that the independent
like,
third
listen,
party
all this stuff
check
about the
my
pictures
phone.
and the text, that's legit. But the cocaine, that's where I draw the line. He's
They
like, that's
check-
all right.
They checked my photos. They checked my recently deleted. I had no penises in my phone. He didn't
That
say
day.
nothing when they said, "Oh,
oh,
he
you
was
like
trying to
Kevin
get."
Hart, homeboy. But his situation. What is that?
That was
Look at him go.
What was that
definitely-
white powder?
That was definitely like they didn't have pictures on my phone that day type of vibe.
Holy smokes, this is wild.
On that note,
That's on the other phone.
And we still early.
no, it gets
I could've
earlier
gone
and
on the
earlier.
whole NXT 2.0.
Oh, the football game ain't even over. The football
Nah,
game.
what's the
ain't
score?
Even
The
over.
football game ain't over. That's why we got it. It's football season, so we got to get the
What's
fuck
the
out of here.
score?
Something. 18 to whore. I don't know. I really don't know what the score is. What game is on right now?
It's 17 Chargers, Chiefs 14.
Chargers.
Oh, they scored again.
What you say, Drip?
17 Chargers, 14 Chiefs.
I never cared about none of them teams.
Damn, it was 50. It was under 50. What's the quarter?
It's
Third.
at
You just care about the Chargers?
third with 308.
Yeah.
Damn, it was under.
Chargers.
Wasn't it under 50?
I don't pay attention to teams that aren't
Talk
calling
to
this.
him. See, who cares
I
about
think it
the
was under
Chargers?
50. I think it was under 50 was the
Care
over
about
under.
Third quarter. Shouts to the chat for giving everybody the live update.
Shouts
It
to
was,
the chat, period.
Super chat. I love y'all for real. No bullshit.
Yeah.
No
whole time.
bullshit. The super chat. This piece of the chat that holds us down inside and outside of the chat Thursdays, 8:35 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Fellas, it is that time of the night. Brother fam, you got a Black Rass of the week?
I'm gonna go with whoever gave Bobby Lashley them chains.
Bobby's.
So Bobby Lashley and them chains. That's what I'm gonna go with.
All right. Whoever Pookie and them was. Brother Mav?
Give me a second.
Uh-oh. Why?
You know what? I'ma change
Because
that. Let me change that. I'm gonna go with Jay Bougie.
Jay Bougie. He had a
I'm going
week.
Jay Bougie.
He had a
Shout
week.
out to him. Him and Ron Hunt in a tie. Jay Bougie and Ron Hunt in a tie.
Ron Hunt got all the gold. Jay Bougie on an award tour right now.
With Muhammad, my man.
I love it. I
with
love
Muhammad, my man.
it. I love it. I want you. Let them know. Never mind. Let me shut up.
I'm going with the flying line. Marcus Lewis.
Okay.
It's the all-pro heavyweight champion. Shout out to him. Shout out to Marcus Lewis.
I respect that. Trip, who you got?
I'm going to go with Andreas Hale for his tweet of the week.
He went platinum.
Yo, can I? Yo,
platinum
right.
with the tweet.
Now, see, that's fair. That's what I was talking about. What I don't know. Is this what you're alluding to? Because I could have gone on a whole.
No.
tangent about that, but-
Actually, Roy, you see what Roy said right there, right?
Mm.
You know how like on Facebook, right?
Every
Which is an
week.
old nigga platform.
Her penalty for it on a Rampage tomorrow night.
So Willow Nightingale's, you know how like people you may know come up. So Willow Nightingale's real name profile came up on my people you may know on YouTube, and I was like, I mean on Facebook. I was like,
Fam was like, yo, that's something else.
I said,
It's like that kind of looks like.
I know who that is. Her name, anyway.
You want to know her and Matt's real name? Drop
Cut your mic, cut his mic,
Didn't
cut
I-
his mic, cut everybody's mic.
Oh,
I
some
don't
shit. I just sent y'all some shit to say
50 in the
shut
super
fuck
chat. If you want to know.
I
Not,
just
no,
sent y'all-
no. Wait, I'm sorry, Matt. I'm sorry. 50 in the super chat is not going to give you a pro wrestler's real name.
75 in the super chat.
Nah, never.
Right.
Mute his mic.
Never.
Hey, Drip is saying, you goofy niggas that allow your opinion on pro wrestling to motivate you to tear down someone else black just because of your opinion on pro wrestling makes you a goofy sucker. You are a goofy nigga, and please don't listen. Please don't support anything I'm involved in, and get away from everything that has my name involved in it. That's all I got to say.
This man does Our Heroes Rock, and you're trying to get upset over fucking Dark Side of the Ring 2.0?
People are goofy.
People are goofies. I'll say this. Go ahead. What did you want to say, man?
Nah, go ahead.
They will, when Our Heroes Rock drops, that premiere drops, they will retweet the fuck out of that. Let Andreas Hale say anything they don't like that week. They will cuss that brother out, not realizing what's going on over there. It
don't matter, Twan.
The timeline is extremely reactionary to a fault. Because they don't even check.
Shut the fuck up or log the fuck off.
But my Black Rass of the week. My Black Rass of the week is Stokely. Because goddamn it, if your squad ain't good enough to prop them up, you got to realize you got to be the star. And if whoever in the back can't understand that maybe him being a bright star can elevate the rest of them.
That'll get you fired, Cal.
Why? Say why.
You're not supposed to be the star.
Yeah.
Why? How come I can't be the star?
Matches.
You not. Like
why?
you know when Bobby Heenan was with the Heenan family and shit.
Of course.
When he stood next to the Andre the Giant, he was there to prop up Hercules Hernandez.
But let me, and I'm gonna tell you this, man. I'm gonna tell you this, because you're right. But Bobby Heenan also got a second life because
that's facts.
He was all over the primetime wrestling. He was all over the nitros. He lived a whole third life throwing shade at WCW while he was a man. What I'm saying is Stokely, they wouldn't even think to put him in the commentary booth, and he could talk circles around all them people during the match.
They finally got JR out of there.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
My Black Rass of the week is Stokely.
You said Stokely, yeah.
It's Stokely. Peace to the super chat. I love y'all for real.
Yeah, on everything.
Brother fam, where can people find you on them social medias?
All right. At Wiz Buffy, see y'all International Podcast Day. Just pay attention, please. Pay attention, please. At Wiz Buffy on International Podcast Day. Every single week on Wednesdays, 11 a.m. at Something Else Pod. That's Something Else. No G. We all the G you need in your life. At IlFam79 on your social media choice, a.k.a. Don Angela Podcast, and a.k.a. Captain Bro Albano, Boo Ramen Phillips, Thinky the Dragon, Steamboat, Pod Champ Pod, God's favorite podcast, the Potty Pipe, I'm here, the podcast, Chew Bubblegum, and I'm fresh out of Dentine Ice, the Senior Love Daddy. A WFAM. You already know what it is.
I ain't got none of that shit. Don't follow me.
That's it. You can follow me on Twitter at Davis, aka Drip, Instagram Davis Colon DC, Banks vs. Davis on YouTube, Banks vs. Davis on Patreon. We got exclusive bonus content that you can only get there, but YouTube every Sunday. Catch us before you watch some football.
Shout out to the fuck. Oh, my bad, Drip.
No, go ahead.
No. Go ahead, Drip.
White Noise every weekend on the BRP Patreon. Pay the 1, pay the 10. You'll get Black Watch with Fam and Downtown Tony Brown every Monday. Fools in the China Shop with Semp and
All
Vin.
right now. Hey there now.
I was going to say Black Rasslin Podcast Club is going to be back real soon.
I was about to say Black Rasslin Podcast Club, Coffee and Kicks, Rain at Watch. No, that's not going to be on the other stuff will be on there.
We'll figure out the Rain at Watch along.
Yeah, very soon.
Very soon.
Hey now.
Shout out to the super chat.
Piece of the super chat for real. I'm at Cal on Twitter. At Black Rasslin Twitter, Facebook.
Wait, what
Instagram.
did Matt want to say? That was
You wanna
it?
say something? He already said. He said he didn't want to say shit.
It don't matter.
Did you want to say something?
Nah, it don't matter.
Say something.
Check out Fam and Tony Brown. The last episode. It's I think what's that, WrestleMania 5?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I think it's WrestleMania 5. That's Bad News Brown and the
No, that's
Hot
6.
Rod.
That's not 6.
Is it 6? I thought it was
I think
5.
it's 6. I think it's 6.
Pardon me, 6.
Trip, can you look it up? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm doing it right now.
I think it's 6.
WrestleMania 6.
It was 6.
Yeah, that's what I said. WrestleMania 6. Hot Rod Roddy Piper against Bad News Brown. Check that out. It's cousin, my consigliere Tony Brown. Check that out. Come back. Let us know what you think.
The funny thing about making sure the Black Watch comes out on time is you realize that its whole WrestleMania is where it ain't nary a black person on it. So I'll tell you like this.
So when y'all niggas try to get on your self-righteous box about AEW and niggas, do remember it was whole WrestleManias wasn't a nigga on the card.
I'm listening. I'm watching the video. I'm like, wait, are you sure it was at WrestleMania? I got to go to Wikipedia. Like, yo, it damn sure wasn't no black people
it's like
on
10
this
years.
It's literally
ain't no Coco Beware.
It's there's whole WrestleMania
slick,
that
nigga.
get skipped. There's at least 2 whole WrestleManias that we don't even
Sapphire
mention.
ain't there. Sapphire ain't there. Ain't no motherfucking Slick. Ain't Butch Reed.
Well, Sapphire was this
Coco
week.
ain't there.
YouTube.com.
Shelton
Actually,
Benjamin
hey,
ain't there to the late 90s.
the one thing we didn't talk about, and I just want to salute Big E's 1-year anniversary
Yes,
winning
shout
that
out to
title
Mimi, yes.
was this week. Peace to me again. Mimi wasn't here, so we couldn't highlight. Mimi didn't cut a promo on what Big E and winning that title means to her, but I know it means a lot to y'all in the chat. So salute to Big E. Hopefully we get to see you back in the ring whenever you're ready. YouTube.com/Black Rasslin. Again, every Thursday, 8:35 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are here live talking all types of wrestling and other shit. Patreon.com/Black Rasslin. Pay the $1, pay the $10. You can get all types of content that's kind of like this, but it's a little bit different. We'll be back next week for a bunch more shenanigans. I think that's it.
That's
for
it.
what we got.
30.
It's it's football season. It's football season. So
Like me or not, I didn't come up here to be liked. I came up here to get paid.